Hello, wise, wonderful, and beautiful soul. My name is Briöna. I'm a shamanic practitioner and soul mentor. This is our shamanic message for the new moon in Aries. If you did not know, this is a new channeled series of work that we're going to be sharing, being in circle together, receiving shamanic medicine, messages, channeled guidance from the nature and the land here where I live in Colorado, to support you in the beginning of this new budding new moon energy. We'll talk a little bit about the elements and the wisdom influenced by this specific moon, but wherever you are in time, space, listening and receiving this, know that these messages are meant for you. And these messages are also here if you're arriving here on the new moon in Aries. They're going to carry you and support you until our next meeting for our next new moon. So I'll get into it. We do follow this process of Nordic Shamanic Magic, which I've shared more in depth on the very first episode of this series, but I will talk about them briefly as we dive right in. So first, I'm going to share some of the messages I received on my Utiseta, my inspired Utiseta, which is in Norse Shamanic tradition, an old and ancient tradition of going out into the woods, into the land, being quiet with oneself with the intention to receive or call in messages. So I will be sharing them with you first to begin. So yesterday was the beginning of the spring equinox. I was listening to the animals and the goddess Ostara very closely. These are the messages that I received from the land. I had 3 distinct animals come to me physically and shared their messages with me. The first was Muskrat. Muskrat and their medicine is about creation. There's actually a really, really beautiful native people's story of how Muskrat helped to create our world. I can share a link to a video in which I listened to it. It's also about knowing what your soul needs and being bold enough to claim that, to metaphorically plant your staff in the ground and say, this is what my soul needs. I'm going to choose this for myself, and release that intention into the world. It really pairs beautifully with more messages I received today on it as I was outside again. Deer came through. Deer medicine is all about gentleness, being and remaining grounded in our bodies, living purposefully. So as we feel called to take more action, to do more things, this tends to happen with fire energy, which is what the Aries new moon is all about. You might feel called to plan and do things, and that's wonderful. But do it in a grounded way. Do it in a way in which you're gentle on yourself, on your mind, on your body. Nothing is forced, nothing is rushed. It is so intentional, sacred, and personal. The third was rabbit. And of course, rabbit came in. I actually saw 3 back to back. That's a shamanic number, by the way. And rabbit is connected to the goddess Ostara. Their message was, no more worries. You are and will always have enough. Rabbit's medicine is fertility, it's abundance, it's being happy, being joyous in what you have and what the land continues to offer you, whether you see it or not, but to feel it. No more worries, no more fear, no more fear. So pay attention to how you can combine each of the medicine with within these animals. You can look to them as a guide on your journey, to help you plant your staff, to know what your soul needs, to be gentle as you go about doing so, and throughout the process, remain trusting and no more worries. I also received the message today. Clear your throat. That's a good one too. Allow your throat to be clear of all the worries that have come out of your probably brain in your mouth over the past couple months. What has come out of your mouth in fear, and how is this changing? You might see this come up a lot. But 3 things to basically like live by between now and the next new moon and onward. Listen, learn, allow. No pushing. Listen, learn, allow. Don't pressure your seeds to grow. So important. We're planting so many seeds of intention. This really pairs well with the energy, but how often when we plant these seeds, we check on them. We're really anxious about if they're growing or not. Maybe even sometimes we shift around and move the soil, this perfectly laid out soil, out of fear. Do not pressure your seeds to grow. Know, again, your focus, your intention of what you wish to create, and let it go. Learn to let the arrow fly is another message that came through. If your arrow represented your target, the thing that in which you have an intention for, the thing that your soul really wants, learn to let your arrow fly so that it hits its target in alignment. So these are the messages I gained from my Utiseta. Utiseta, again, sitting out in nature, ancient Nordic shamanic tradition. And I'm sure other cultures do this too, but this is, I've done it in a way in which my ancestors have shared it with me. So I hope you enjoyed those messages. And I'll end this portion with talking about the elements, because that's always important to these. And what elements are we paying attention to? Aries, fire. So again, be in control of your fire, protect your fire, allow your flame to burn long. Aries energy is very powerful, but we often can burn our flame too quickly. Let the candle burn long. And the way in which you can do that, tending to your body, being grounded, not pushing, not forcing, no burnout, no worries. And doing that to the best of your abilities, using what tools, medicine help you to do that. Think of your flame as a candle. Let it burn long. Slow, long, lasting log. You can imagine it. So with that, a way to kind of tame it a little bit, or to ground it a little bit and allow that log to burn long, is earth. So bringing in more earth medicine into your life, connecting to the earth element and connecting to fire element, and most importantly, bringing them together. All right, so those are the messages from the Utiseta. Now it's time to share some soul songs, charms, and spells. Gandr, which is another ancient shamanic Norse practice of allowing the soul to sing. You can allow your soul to sing too, but I'm going to share what my soul is singing, and you can just receive it as an activation, receive it as you would like light language, where these just like codes activate you, receive it as medicine if it feels healing for you. Tune into the songs that I sing and feel in where they go in your body, or where they go in your mind, where they go in the spirit. And if you feel called, accept them, allow them in. But this portion of these new moon shamanic messages is just allowing you to receive now. So again, you can sing your own song during or after, but this is also a really great time for you to just receive. So I am also going to use the Akashic Records to help me channel what wants to come through for these new moon messages. And again, just receive. Their song spells and charms is the word the Norse like to use, that help us navigate, help us to create, just help us to live in more flow and ease, in tune with nature, the song, and also of our soul. I am open to receive all that needs to be with us as part of this great big world. My Wolfpack community and I are ready to become children of the earth again. Help my Wolfpack community and I to feel all that needs to be felt. The Akashic Records are here, are here. See yourself in the mirror of the sun. Sing yourself as a mirror to the land. Come one, come all, with you are your guides. Be proud and strong of where you reside. Be one with everything you create. Be one with the magic you intend to be. Be one with the power and the spirit and the fire that lives inside you. Come all of you here now. Come all of you, let the sun see you. Let the plants smell you. Let the wind feel you. Come one. One is all of you, all of your senses, all of your medicine, all of your gifts. It is one within you. Bring it all together. Sing a song together. And feel one with everything that's within you. Do not be afraid to feel it all, to be it all, to sing it all as your song. For all is needed, all is believed, all is seen it already. The spirits see it, the Norns sing it, the gods and goddesses see it. And now it's time for you to sing it too. Will you arrive fully alive, being one with all of you? I'd like to thank the Earth Song for lending myself and this Wolfpack community its wisdom. I'd like to thank the sky birds for playing the melody. I'd like to thank the spirits of the water, fire, earth, and air for allowing us to come together in sweet union. So we are here, we are here, we are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was the song sung through Galmdur. I hope you received in which way that medicine activated you. And now we will move on to our messages from the runes to complete these new moon messages in Aries. Alright, so I have casted the runes with the intention of asking the gods, the spirit of the runes themselves, and our positive wise well ancestors, what do we need to know in order to carry these messages with us, to not only feel them, but to know and embody them, to create more ease on our path from this new moon into the next. I'll begin with our first rune, which is the most important rune to carry with you from this cast. And then the next three that I'll share help to tell the story and dive deeper into how we can work with this main rune. But the main rune for this cast is Utala. the rune of the ancestors, the rune of tribe, family, hearth, home, belonging. All of these runes actually came up very upright. That really gave me that really fierce, strong leadership of Aries, not wavering or faltering when it comes to really working with this medicine. The runes are ancient Norse symbols which hold sound frequency and carry medicine within their symbols. So you can speak them out loud, write them on your bodies, work with them in that way. Utala. The main message here is to speak your intention, as we were just speaking about, your focus, to your ancestors. Allow them to help guide you, to help you release your arrow, but come together with them, especially if you're uncertain of what does my soul really need. Your ancestors know. It most likely has to do with what your ancestors are, what medicine they're a part of, what kind of magic that they hold important, what is important to them. So continuing to support this message with some more runes. Alagis, the rune of protection. Protect your power. One of probably the most important forms of focus to always have, just to be aware of, is am I focused on myself? Do I take care of myself? This is the rune of protecting oneself. How do you care for yourself? How do you tend to your needs? Protect your energy. So keep whatever you have as your focus and your intention sacred. Protect it. Call in your ancestors to help work with you. They are protectors as well. So know that you're protected through this journey, but you also are responsible for protecting what you keep sacred and what you wish to create. Hagalas. This rune came directly underneath Utala. So when Rabbit came in and we spoke about worries, this is something that often deters us off of our focus. When we're so hyper-focused on what we're trying to create and making sure it happens and in the right way, blah, 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 all the ego stuff, all the fear. Hagalas is the rune of life's storms. So this is questioning what those storms really are. Are they real? They could be real. Real, stuff could be going on. And that can be really challenging. What are our supports? What are our protection? How can we lean on our ancestors to hold us through those choppy waves or winds? When the fire gets a little bit too hot that we're burning ourselves a little bit or burning out. Or are the storms within our mind? Are they our perceptions or beliefs? And how do we protect ourselves around that too? The most important medicine of this rune is holding yourself through life storms. Where are you strong? Where is your strengths? Where's your resilience? Where's your bravery? Where's your warriorship? That's a really great thing to remember with Aries energy. It's really the zodiac, I feel, of like the warrior. It's the first one out of the gate, ready to take it on, ready to explore and experience it, and learn who they are and how powerful they are along the way. So Hagalas. And then our last one is just so on the nose. The rune of focus, the rune of the archer, the rune of knowing what your target is, Iwas. So again, planting that seed of protection, knowing what it is, claiming it, let it go, let your arrow fly. Again, if you're not sure, ask your ancestors. How do you hold steady within holding that arrow strongly when life storms appear or when they emerge from our fears? And how do we protect that? If it means that much to us and if it's that important, make sure you're protecting your peace, the energy, and the power that goes into that. Do not let it waver. Do not allow your arms to be shaky as you're releasing the arrow. Fear will only steer it away, or distractions will only let it steer it away. So wonderful medicine. I love this cast for this new moon in Aries. So aligned, so perfect. And if you love the runes or want to learn more about the runes, I have a few offerings on those specifically. You can check them out on my website. So yes, this is the energy of the new moon. We received guidance from animals. We know our ancestors are really present in helping us know where to focus on and where to go, and to hold steady and strong like a warrior in that. Not easily pushed around or pushed over. Both feet are on the ground, staff in the ground, fire is burning within us, but it's not just for one night, it's for many, many moons. We're here for the long haul. That's really a strong message that comes through. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please share with me what came up for you, what resonated, what really brought your attention. You can share your intention here. It's sacred and safe. You can share it with me privately also if you feel called. I'm wishing you many, many blessings from this new moon into the next when I share another shamanic messages with you. Thank you for accepting and welcoming this Norse magic and medicine into your life. You do not have to have Nordic ancestry to receive or to understand this. This is just a part of my ancestry and part of my magic that I feel really called to share. And especially if you're new to it, it might spark something within you, because this medicine's really beautiful. It's really old. It's really rich. And it's really strong. So I hope you enjoyed the elements of the runes, the elements of Gandr, me singing, the elements of the messages I shared from my vision quest, my Uti Seta outside. Yeah, I just hope you really enjoyed it and got to receive all you needed to and more. Again, my name is Briöna. If you're new here, if you'd like to stay, feel free to subscribe and become part of the pack and this wonderful healing den that I've created in this space and some other spaces online, such as Instagram and on my website, if you feel called to see what we're up to over there. As always, it's a pleasure. Stay well, stay strong, and keep your eyes on the prize. Much love to you, many blessings, and we'll see you soon for the next one.